Today is Monday and it's math time, and we're going to talk about size this week and comparing sizes to each other. We did that a little bit last week when we were looking at length, and we compared things that were shorter and things were longer. We're going to talk about all different kinds of sizes this week, and I'm going to start with a book called Math Counts Size. Do you ever wonder what words mean? This is a toy moose. It is so big that it's hard to carry. So that's a big moose. But what about this? Oh. This baby elephant is bigger than the toy moose, but the mother elephant is the biggest of them all. So toy moose, baby elephant, mama elephant. Those things are ordered according to size. Toy moose, baby elephant, mother elephant. From big to bigger to biggest. This is a toy car. How do you know that it's too small to carry people? What else is in that picture that shows you about what size that car is? So the relative size of the car is shown by the things around it. A pen and a key and a paper clip and tacks. And we know if the car sits next to these things, it's a pretty tiny car. It's not a real car, is it? Because we have other things that show us what the size is, comparative scale. This car looks small as the toy car. How can you tell it's bigger? Because what's in the picture with the car that tells us the relative size of the car? The man is in the picture, and we see the car is bigger than the man. This is a van. Do you think it is bigger or smaller than a car? What do you think? Is a van bigger or smaller than a car? This is a double-decker bus. It carries 50 people. It's bigger than the car and the van. It is the biggest vehicle of all. So here we have relative size again. Okay, we're gonna go from little car to big car to van to double-decker bus, and that's the order it goes in. It goes in order of size. So we've sorted things by size, but we haven't necessarily ordered things by size very much. We're gonna do some ordering by size this week. To know the size of things, we need to have something to measure them against, something to compare them with. These wheels could be any size. We can't tell because we don't know if we knew even one of those wheel sizes, we could tell how big the other ones were. How do you know that this wheel is enormous? Mr. Jory works at a mine, and this is a mining truck. And these mining trucks have huge wheels. This is a little boy, and the wheel is that big compared to the little boy. Think about how big you are compared to your mom's and dad's car tires. They're small compared to you, and when they're not like this, are they? These big vehicles can't even drive on the roads because they're too big. They have to only drive on mine sites. It's hard to guess how large this model might be. Is it big or is it small? So you think, well, it's a dinosaur, it's big, but dinosaurs can be any size depending on how we make them, including toy size, right? We need something to compare them against or to. We know this dinosaur is very big indeed, don't we? How do we know? We know because of what's around it. It's as big as the trees. It's bigger than the grass. We can see because of the things that are around it how big it is. These fruits are different sizes. Which is the biggest and which is the smallest? So we could order these by size. Which would be the biggest? The grapefruit? Oh no, that's a melon. The melon, then maybe the grapefruit. Then the orange, the apple, the kiwi, and the plum, like that. That's descending order of sizes. Descending means to go down. These toy bears are not the same size. It says which is bigger and which is smaller, but you guys know that. That's very clear. You know the bigger, the biggest, and the smallest. Sometimes we need to arrange things in order of size. These jars are all different sizes. We can arrange them from tallest to smallest or smallest to tallest. So we could do that. Yeah. Right now they're not arranged according to size, are they? No. We use the words big and small to describe the size of things. A rabbit is bigger than a hamster. It sure is. I suppose a baby rabbit might not be bigger than an adult hamster though, right? Oh, but smaller than a pony. And a pony is smaller than a horse. The words big and small help us compare one thing with another. A coat can be too big. That looks like his daddy's coat. And too small. Is the girl too big or is the coat too small? See, she can't even get it zipped. So that means the girl's too big or the coat's too small. It could be either way, couldn't it? It just doesn't fit, does it? When we buy shoes, we have to make sure that they're the right size for the person who has to wear them. And when you get new shoes, your old shoes are smaller, right? Because you needed to get bigger shoes because your feet grew. Sometimes we need to make things appear larger. They need to look larger than they are so we can see them more easily. A hornet is a very small creature, but when we enlarge it like this, we can see all the details of the hornet, can't we? It doesn't mean the hornet got big. It means the picture of the hornet got big. There are also raindrops on a leaf, and they have also been enlarged so we can see them better. So again, we didn't make the raindrops larger. We made the picture of the raindrops larger. Sometimes things seem to be smaller than they really are. This airplane looks quite small when it is high in the sky, but we know it isn't small when we get on and board it, don't we? And here it is with people around it so you can see how big it is indeed. Yes, you can. On the ground, it looks much bigger. How do you know that this house is big enough for you to live in? Because it looks small when you look at it from high in the sky, doesn't it? And that this house has been built for dolls. What's the biggest thing you can think of? What's the smallest thing you can think of? All right, so your job today is I want you to draw a picture of the biggest thing in the whole entire universe that you can think of. Draw a picture of that biggest thing and label it and tell me what it is. Then I want you to think about the smallest thing you can think of and draw it next to the biggest thing that you can think of. Try to make it approximate scale. You won't even come close, but make one thing big and one thing small, and then label them, because remember, this is nonfiction. And remember, today's also the day that you have to do the cover for your snake book. Cover today, because all your other days are going to be filled with making book pages too. All right, I love you. Take care.